gonna be the day that you gotta go fucking vegan! By now you should have somehow figured out you gotta go fucking vegan! Well, I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
I'm going to talk about hydration and how important hydration is and how it can be neglected because it's so simple yet so big. We're going to talk about how do you know you're hydrated, what's the best water to drink, when's the best time to drink, water for weight loss, water for better skin, water for better digestion, water for better energy, things like that. Hydration is like, so I would say hydration is the main foundation for a lot of things. Because if we all jumped on our bikes now and went for a ride, the biggest limiting factor would be our hydration levels. We just did a 30-mile ride just then, and it rained on us, which is cool. But what we would have ran out first is water, hydration. Dehydration is your quickest way to overtrain. And many people go, well, I don't really do much sport, so that doesn't apply to me. But if you're using your brain, you can overtrain. If you're using your body, looking after your kids, you can overtrain. You can lose your mood. Because as soon as you get dehydrated, you start getting snappy, frustrated, you don't digest food well, you get bloating, you just can't sleep properly, you get cranky, regardless if you're an athlete or not. Like I said yesterday, life is sport. We're all athletes in this game of life. So does anyone have any idea how much water you need to drink a day? Like what's the way to tell you're drinking enough water? Piss and clear. Oh yeah. Definitely. That's the best way to tell. Clear and frequent urination, at least 10 times a day. Every 2 hours, you should be watering the garden at least. At night time, have like a water bottle and fill it up. We into that. Like I said yesterday, don't knock it over on the carpet. And that way you're getting enough hydration. Otherwise, I've got friends who don't drink water at all. Don't touch water. And their health is just failing. They're dehydrated, they're just like, really bad posture because they're so fatigued. It's like, oh man, they're constantly having to try new things in their lifestyle because they're just failing to hydrate. They're not hydrating properly, so they feel bad and they think, oh, it can't be the water because water's too simple. It must be something more complex. It must be my spiritualness. It must be my food. It must be my partner. It must be some other thing. It can't be water because water's easy, man. You get water for free. But water's like the foundation upon everything. That's how I got into this lifestyle. I was doing martial arts and my karate teacher said, Harley, when you learn to drink enough water, you'll feel so much better. You'll perform better, you'll think better, everything will be better. I'm like, dude, I've been drinking water for my whole life. How do I know I drink enough water? He says your urine will go clear. If your urine is yellow or straw, you need to drink more. I'm like, that's rubbish, man, because I've been weeing piss and yellow and straw my whole life. So, and I think I was 21 or 20 back then. I'm doing all right, I'm fit, doing karate, it's all good. It's like you can go to the next level when you're hydrated. I'm like, cool, I can dig that. So I started drinking water that day, and I kept, going to the toilet. I'm like, what colour's my urine? I was yellow, I need to drink more. And then it started going clear consistently. I just started feeling so much better. And then I'd forget to drink enough water, I'd get cranky, my digestion wasn't good, I'd be like, just not feeling good. And I go, well, I haven't had a piss for a while, I haven't been on the toilet for a while, what's going on, And then when I'd go, it'd be like yellow or dark yellow or getting not close to orange when I was really cranky. And it's like, boom. So I learned from a martial arts teacher about clear urination. Should always be clear, always. If it's yellow or straw, drink more, 100%. Simple as that. And it's we'll get to questions in a second. I'll just quickly rant for a bit and then we'll go Q&A on hydration, because that way I answer people's questions rather than people leaving here and go, but what about this, what about that? So just give me a couple of minutes, I'll share my story. So that was, and then I got into it, and then I would experiment, I go, okay, well I won't drink water and I'll see how I go. And then I got into raw foods and I'm like, well, I get enough water from fruit, yeah? I'm weeing a lot, And I did periods where I wouldn't drink water. My performance, my mood, my digestion would just go down. And then my fruitarian friends who wouldn't drink water, who aren't fruitarian or raw food anymore at all, some of them actually, one of them's dead, they would just be like, just flailing, just be like, I'm like raw fooder, and it's like, man, you eat like crap and you perform like crap, and you're a bad message for the movement. Because you're dehydrated, because you're just so, thinking, I've got to be right, water's bad. They're not willing to try new things, have an open mind and go, actually, all the animals on the planet drink water, and water makes sense, and 70-80% of our body is water, pure water. And when you drink watermelon, eat watermelon or oranges, your body has to convert that fruit into water first before it can be utilized. It's like trying to wash dishes with orange juice. You can do it, but they're not going to be clean dishes. So if you want to have water for your body, water for your cells, the cells don't need orange juice, they need water. And your body can extract water from your fruit, but it prefers pure water. So it can just uptake it versus going, oh, we need water, but now we have to digest the orange juice, pull out the water, and then send it to the cells. When you have water, it just goes in the stomach, boom, cells dispersed. It's like having mud on your money. People pay you with $50 bills, but it's covered in mud. It's cool, you can still use that, but it's better to have clean money, so you have to spend less time cleaning your money before you can use it. Drinking water instead of having fruit juice for hydration is better, as your body can just uptake it straight away. So that's just a bit of story about hydration, just to set the stage, and next Q&A. Any questions about hydration? Eric? Yeah, it's I've seen monkeys drink water in Penang in Malaysia, but they don't drink a lot of water. But what happens is they're in the rainforest, they're always getting rained on. Before on our bike ride, we were demonstrating that. All of a sudden it started raining, and everyone's, after a while, started to go to the toilet. Well, I had to go to the toilet more, because the rain's coming on, your body's soaking up the water, you've got to pass more water. I was of the belief once that primates, bonobos, don't drink a lot of water, which is true, but they will drink water. They're also in the rainforest, which is rainforest. It's raining every single day. At night time, it's often raining the whole night, and they're cuddled up in their nest, water's dripping through, soaking on their skin, being absorbed. We're similar to bonobos, but we wear clothing. When it rains, we're in shelter, we're in air conditioning, we turn the heater on, and we turn the aircon on. We're drying ourselves out constantly, we're talking a lot. We might be riding our bikes, or driving in a car, or being in an air-conditioned train, so we're constantly losing a lot of water. And if we don't replace that, it's just like vitality just goes down, digestion goes down. So to use the, pardon? Yeah, if you go to if you watch cows and stuff like that, or horses, you always, if you stand there, you'll see there'll be someone pissing every few minutes. You go, over there, and then you wait for, here we go. They're always, crapping, eating, and pissing. Or sleeping. It's incredible. Hope people don't mind my French language. Very nice.
I'm curious, let's say I just finished a jury and
Yep.
I go to the bathroom, I notice my urine's yellow.
You need to drink more water. Yeah.
I need to drink more water.
Before you ate the durian. Yeah.
Do I drink water then?
Yeah, you can just drink it, man. I mean, it's better to have it before, but hey, it's just to drink it is more important.
Or should I wait a specified amount of time after I eat?
No, just drink it. Get in there, because your body needs water, because it's telling you, hey, yellow. In nature, we have the signal red is danger. In Australia, you have the redback spider, very toxic. The redback belly black snake, very toxic. A lot of the poison arrow frogs in the Amazon are red. Red's like a danger signal. A lot of red berries will kill you. The red mushrooms will kill you, like the fly agar. You eat that, you're dead. It's red. Red's a danger colour. So what we start with is yellow urine, and then orange urine, and eventually red urine when you can see blood, your kidneys are coming down.
Okay.
So if you're sick of eating durian, I learned this in Thailand, if you don't drink enough water when you're in Thailand, you quickly notice it in a few days, because it's so hot there, it's humid, and you're eating a durian, which is really heavy in the calories. The higher calorie the fruit, the more water you need before you eat that fruit to digest it. So durian's like a teacher. Some people say that durian's like the shape of the Buddha's head, because if you go to Thailand or China or Singapore, wherever, where they have Buddha statues, it's like the shape of the Buddha's head, all these little spikes. And I thought, that's not very scientific, but maybe there's some validity in that. So we've got the durian's like a teacher. It tells you to keep your fat intake pretty low. It tells you about hydration. It tells you about eating, early in the evening. It tells you about food combinations, things like that. So durian's like a little teacher there. So definitely if you eat durian and your urine is yellow afterwards, then you need to drink more water beforehand. So next time go, okay, I'm going to have durian for lunch or dinner. I'm going to drink a quart or 2 quarts of water beforehand. And you can have it an hour beforehand, you can have it half an hour beforehand, you can have 10 minutes beforehand. It doesn't really matter too much as long as you get the water in and then you have your durian on top. First thing I told people today after the bike ride, drink a quart of water and then start your fruit meal. Having your fruit first and then drinking water, it's okay, but your body wants water to get set up digestion, get all your stomach acids going and everything, flowing, versus eating and then having water on top doesn't feel as good. It's okay, but the best scenario is water first, then food. Even if I'm having watermelon for breakfast, I'll have water first. Drink a quart of water. Every day I start the day with a quart of water. Regardless of having coconut juice for breakfast, I'll start the day with a quart of water. Makes things so much better. Digestion, feelings of well-being, mindset. It's incredible. You're probably drinking 3 quarts of water in the morning before anything is probably a bit excessive.
Okay.
You just start with a quart and go from there.
Okay.
There's no need to drink 3 quarts before you start training.
All right.
A quart's enough. And then you can carry your water on your bike and then drink. You can drink your 3 quarts during training if you need to, if it's that hot.
Yeah.
A quart an hour is all you need, really.
Okay.
Drinking more than a quart in an hour, the body's not really going to absorb it, and it might just slosh around a bit too much. It's like trying to breathe in too fast, too rapidly. We've got a set limit how much we can breathe in, and to do more than that, it's going to hyperventilate. I'm feeling dizzy now. But with water, drinking 3 quarts in one hit is totally pointless because the body can't absorb 3 quarts in one hit. A quart's fine. Quart per hour is all you need to drink. More than that, it's just going to slosh around and make you feel not so well. So a quart per hour is maximum. The body can still absorb that fresh water. The salt gets blocked off, but it absorbs a bit of fresh water, definitely. I find. That's why when you go surfing, you start urinating a lot. It's like, hey, whatever, what's going on here? Or if you go swimming in a lake, you can hydrate up. I personally like the fresh water because it feels better on your skin. You get out the ocean, you start to feel a bit scratchy and itchy, and you've got to have a shower in fresh water to wash off the salt. That's my experience. I like swimming in fresh water better, but I'll swim in both. You can actually, if you get a dehydrated person and dunk them in fresh water or a bathtub, their skin will absorb a lot of water. Their body will start to rehydrate a bit. So it's very effective in situations where the person's got heat stroke where they can't even drink because they're so out of it. But if you just dunk them or put them in a cool shower, not too cold, you don't want to shock them, you want to have it cool, and they can start to rehydrate. I've done that before on bike rides where I've totally run out of water, totally unorganised, gotten thirsty, which you should never be thirsty. If you're thirsty, you waited too long. So I'm thirsty, I'm just parched, I'm just water, water, water. I get to this place called Fruit Bat Falls where it's pristine water. I'm diving in, I'm actually drinking the water as I'm swimming around. This is an awesome experience. I was just like, it's water. And all of a sudden your mentality just changes in 10 seconds because your body's going, okay, we've got what we need now, we can stop stressing out. So when you're busting to go to the toilet, I gotta go. You can't be happy, you can't be having much gratitude because your body's going, we need to evacuate, we need to get rid of something. And it's just, you can't focus, you can't concentrate. That's why I say go to the toilet before you do anything so you can focus. Same with hydration, water and sugar, and sleep. Does that answer your question? I mean, sort of a question I wouldn't really. You can, what? That bike ride took it out of me. Basically, your question was about the salt water or fresh water. Yeah, but your body. That's okay. So your body will not absorb the salt from the sea. If it did, you'd be dead because your sodium levels just go right up, and you'd die. But you can, yeah. Yeah, you go. You stand there long enough, you start to get the prune fingers. So salt water, if you could absorb that much salt from the ocean, then you'd quickly die. But your skin's pretty smart, it blocks it out. For sure. I drink the best water I can get at the moment. If I was in Central Park the other day doing a 100-mile bike ride in Central Park, I ran out of water, and so I just filled up at the little public waterfall fountain. Chlorinated, fluoridated water. It smelled like chlorine. I'm like, whoa. So I just sat there for a few minutes and the chlorine starts to evaporate. That's a tip. Chlorine evaporates if you just leave it in a jar or your bottle. It'll evaporate out most of it. And then once it didn't smell too bad, I just drank it. If I really needed water, I would just drank it anyway. But it's better to have the best. Any water is the best water. The best water is the best. The best water is the water you need in the moment. That's the best water. And then the best is like spring water from your hands in the top of some French Alp or Pyrenees purity, just come out of the spring. You're the first person to touch it. That's the best water. Obviously, it's not realistic. It's like the dates in my pocket. The best date is the date you pick off the tree. It's perfectly hydrated. It's just, like sun energy just straight into that, almost or whatever. That's the best date. But we don't live in that sort of world.
Right, but I mean from a point of view of a consumer, I go to the supermarket, there's distilled, there's drink.
Drink the one you like the best. Buy the one you like the best. Buy the flavour of water you like the best. Then you drink the most of it and you stay hydrated. It's not a concern. Buying something you don't like the taste of, it's like saying you should eat this fruit even though your favourite fruit's that one. It's like you're not going to eat much of it. You're going to get under carb, you're going to starve, you're going to hate it, you're going to be binging. You won't have enough energy to live your lifestyle. So same with water. Drink the water you like the taste of. And if you can't get it, just drink anything. Does that answer your question? Main thing is hydration. 10 times a day urination. That's the situation we want to be in. If we, like my friend who died 2 years ago, she's like, no, I can't drink that water because that's not pure enough. I'm pure being. And she died doing water fast. You shouldn't die when you're doing a water fast. You shouldn't die being a raw fooder. If you die eating healthy, you're doing it wrong. And I hate to make light of it, but it's crazy. And people said, you don't need to drink much water, you're raw foodist, you don't drink water. Yeah, actually, you don't need to drink water at all, and you shouldn't go wee at night time or whatever. And my friend followed this sort of advice, and she's dead. All she needed to do was drink some muddy puddle, and she'd be alive today. She could have gone outside and drank the mud water in the garden that had been raining and just drink that, or drink the rusty rainwater off the roof, and she'd still be alive today. So purity killed her. Obviously, not many people die from purity, but a lot of people don't live the full life because their purity consciousness is like, that's bad, I can't do that. And they get under carb, they get dehydrated, they get underslept. Like, I can't sleep in that bed because that bed's like angled not next to the sun, so I'm just going to, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to sleep there. And they run out of sleep, they hate it, or the water's not good enough for them, they get dehydrated, they hate it, or the food's not perfectly organic or whatever, and they don't eat enough and they hate it. So just drink whatever water you can get, so you can urinate 10 times a day, clear. Next one.